And we're here. What's up, everybody? It's a Tuesday, May 25th. There's actually some news to talk about on the site. It's been a pretty quiet last couple weeks, which is not a bad problem to have in the business of delistings. And first up, the saddest news: the weird bird visual novels are being delisted from PlayStation platforms and mobile at the end of the month. So there's still a few days as of the time of this stream to grab Hatoful Boyfriend or Hatoful Boyfriend Holiday Star on PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, iOS, Android, and Steam. The Steam version will remain, but the console and mobile versions will be leaving by the end of the month. Um, it's licensing related. Let's see. Devolver Digital originally published those versions, and apparently they're timeline is up, which I think is somewhere around like 8 years. It was a while ago that they published those, so whether Devolver's moving in a different direction or, Moa, the creator of Hatoful Boyfriend, is up to something with Mediatonic, who is the publisher of the Steam versions. Are they actually available on GOG? Dang it. I haven't forgotten to check GOG in a long time. Well, there you go. Live double checking. I have to add that on the pages for the games that I have ready to go once we know for sure when the end of May will be that they get taken down. But I need to make a note of that. 1 second. It has been a while since I've forgotten to check over there, but it's kind of rushing to get this stuff written up over the weekend. Well, thank you very much, Transkina, for pointing that out. So that was what, Friday, Saturday? Then it turned out that a couple people pointed it out to the site. 3DS eShop message popped up on a Japanese 3DS. So it's not on a website, unfortunately. So I couldn't provide any link to it, and they didn't update the eShop pages. But a couple people sent me screenshots and translations of it. There are 18 3DS and DSi titles from publisher Teyon Japan that will be delisted tomorrow, Japan time, which I think might actually be happening by now. Actually, it might be happening right now. I think it was 9 a.m. Japan time, 10 a.m. Japan time, which was like 9 p.m. tonight. So still a little bit of time. The thing that's maybe a little more because usually I'm like, okay, well, it's Japan only, but I mean, it still matters. But for the purposes of the site, I usually am focused on European and North American stuff, like marketplaces that I can read generally. Um, but in looking into these, most of them are published or developed by Game Lion. Let me get down to the list so you can see. Only two of them, the top two here, are from a different developer. And so it seems like the reason that they are pulling these from the Japanese 3DS eShop is because Game Lion no longer exists to pay if someone were to buy Crazy Kangaroo or Speed X 3D Hyper Edition, which means there's also a pretty good chance that they'll be delisted outside of Japan. So if any of these look interesting, or you were holding out to buy any of these, you might want to do it pretty quickly. The Japanese ones will be gone by May 26th, but it's currently uncertain about the rest of the world, but seems likely that they're going to get delisted. So that is those titles. And we'll see after tomorrow what it looks like on the European and North American 3DSs. Hopefully they hang on, but after tomorrow, it's kind of up in the air going forward when and if they'll be delisted. So that's our second story. Yeah, I guess The GOG versions of Hatoful Boyfriend are probably under Mediatonic. I already closed that tab. I'm very bad at closing tabs to before I'm actually done with them. So, moving on, the other thing that came up, just yesterday. It came up on May 19th, but I just got to it yesterday. A couple people pointed out Steam's backend has a new entry for the best piece of DLC title ever. Disney Classic Games Aladdin and the Lion King Jungle Book expansion pack. It seems like they should have just called it, they should have just stuck with the title Disney Classic Games Collection. And then they could have added whatever they wanted to it. But this is probably the final shoe dropping, the proverbial third shoe dropping, as they say, on these three 16-bit, the PC versions of these 16-bit titles that were all came to GOG and Steam around the same time back in the day, several years ago now. Um, Aladdin and Lion King and Jungle Book were delisted on Steam. Jungle Book is still hanging out on GOG. Not sure how that happened, but since those were delisted, the Disney Classic Games collection, the Disney Classic Games, Aladdin, and the Lion King collections were released in 2019. And now, finally, like 2 years later, it looks like they're finally going to put the Jungle Book in it. And it'll probably be a little pricier than what you'd wanna pay for one more game in a collection that costs, what, $30? But it looks like it's coming. So there's no official announcement or price or date or anything yet, but they've added it to Steam, and so it looks like it's coming, and chances are it will probably get delisted on GOG because they'll add the DLC there as well. Hey, Heaven Smile. Yeah, they really dropped the ball. They could have called it Disney Dreams Collection 365 cross Afterbirth. So that's Disney Collection. Now the biggest news, the header image that I'm most proud of, how it cropped itself over here on the sidebar. But also very sad news. All LittleBigPlanet servers are offline after continued attacks. Ooh, third Disney birthday. Very nice. And this potentially goes all the way back to, there were some reports that it goes back to 2018, this same person attacking the servers in one capacity or another, but potentially goes back to lbp.me, the website, the community portal, going offline last November. People have said or investigated that maybe it's the same person that's currently DDoSing that website or had done something else that caused Sony to pull the site down last November. And since then, Eurogamer's been keeping up with it. There was an earlier attack in March that has kept some of the content offline into late April. So it was like 6 weeks. The servers were up or down, or things were or weren't available. And now it happened again just over this past weekend. So much stuff happened this last weekend. It got so bad to the point that Sony just straight up pulled it down. Due to the severity of the recent attacks, we have no other option than to temporarily disable the game servers. We do not take these attacks lightly, especially when they target our loyal community members. Thanks for understanding. I didn't post the picture, but you can definitely go to this Reddit thread and see some of the messages they were able to push out to people playing the game. It's definitely not in line with the Little Big Planet community, their standards. But I had to know what they were putting on the screen for people. So once it got that far, I'm sure that's a pretty egregious thing. And they just said we've got to, I guess they had done new security updates according to some of their earlier tweets, and that apparently didn't help. So shut it all down for now, and hopefully, of course, since this stuff's been offline for so long, and because of the way Sony's been treating their legacy content. Of course, the immediate thought is this is never gonna come back up. This is gonna be the end of online servers for all Little Big Planet, kind of unintended and without a chance to get back in. But I'm really hoping with the way they worded this here, we do not take these attacks lightly, especially when they target our loyal community members. I'm really hoping they honor that, they stick by that, and they are going to bring it back, even if they bring it back for like a year and announce like, "Hey, we couldn't get this fully working again or patched or something. We're gonna give you 1 year to play on the levels or download whatever you can still." Even if it's that dire of a situation. I hope we get a little bit of time to get back in. It'd be real bad if this person took it down and that was it. And that's just the end for Little Big Planet. Only happy news around here. That's all we post. So, as it has been for months and months now, developing situation. So we'll have to see if the Little Big Planet account has anything else to say soon. Again, I don't know what temporarily is going to pan out to be. All right, so that's all of the news for the site. Four kind of, well, not necessarily the biggest things, but four posts. That's a lot more than I've had over the last few weeks. So let's move on to some additions. We got a few sweeping additions this week. There's a studio called Drunken Ape who was releasing stuff on Steam between 2017 and 2019. And it looks like just last October, kind of another blanket publishing purge, as we've seen before. Um, all of their games disappeared from Steam at the same time, and not much of a social media response from them that I could find. So let me scroll down to the list here. All of these games: Achievement Creator, Attack of the Killer Furries, Battle Zombie Shooter, Survival of the Dead, Clicker Achievements, The Impossible Challenge, Devil Guns, Photo Babes, Game Quotes the Game, which is technically, I think, still on Xbox. I'll load that up here. A couple of these are still on Xbox One. Yep, Game Quotes the Game is still available. Uh, I like a trivia thing, but it does seem a little bare bones, maybe. Milky Boobs, Mind Blocks, Mind Shift, Mind Twins. They had a streak going with the mind games here. Puke Simulator. So as like a blanket purge of several titles, like all titles from one publisher at once, that has come up before and is usually related to some kind of abuse of Steamworks tools or some kind of general, like the way that Steam will word it or Valve will word it when they address it is abuse of Steam's terms of use, which in some cases might be asset flipping. It might be, something like Milky Boobs might have pushed some boundary, although, Valve's kind of backed away from some of that stuff, moderating some of that stuff. Yeah. You said it, Dubucat. Ew. And so I did get one person, and I couldn't tell if they were associated with Drunken Ape, but somebody had tweeted to me and said that these games will be back. They are reorganizing as Sober Apes, so very clever. So some of these, maybe the less questionable titles, will be back on Steam at some point, and it looks like the Xbox One titles are still out there. So this was another one of those where somebody pointed out one single game, and then my Star Trek: The Next Generation meme GIF uh, kicks in, and it's just like overload. Oh no, this one game turned into what 25 or something. So that was Drunken Ape. Another series we've got here. All the titles from however you want to say this. EpiXR? Are they trying to say like our games are epic, but EpiXR? Or is it EpiXR? Or is it EpiXR? No, that's not it. Anyways, however you say their name, four of their titles were delisted from Steam. It was a couple different dates in this case, either August 19th or October 2nd of last year. And that it was not the games published by that company name UG, which is another entity. Looks like they have picked up Airy at least so far and have brought it, re-released it on Steam and consoles as Airy Little Bird Adventure. Several sequels and expansions have followed it, both on Steam and consoles, but this original one and the VR version are no longer available. And that also includes Death Gasp, which look at this cover image. It's just a pile, pile of person. Tanky Tanks and Retro Tanks. Just on Steam, so some of these are still available on Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. EpiXR Games UG has re-released Tanky Tanks. Death Gasp, though, still not back anywhere. So that one is a loss. That was also a VR title. It looks like that. So that was another kind of swath of titles from one developer or publisher. And then we have a third set from one developer and publisher. Maybe you've heard of them. Bungie is their name. And 343 Industries. This happened back in December. I'm going to open one of these up to get all the details, but we got Halo Combat Evolved, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo Wars, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, Halo 4, and Halo Spartan Assault. Whew. All delisted on Xbox 360 December 18th, 2020. 343 Industries had announced they've got plans to retire support for all of these Xbox 360 titles. So they're retiring multiplayer and online features for them, and they removed them from sale the same day that they made this announcement. Basically said it takes a lot of resources to keep all of these games running, and they're not, even after well after December of 2020, as we've seen, they're the state of Halo Infinite doesn't look great, and so I'm sure they could use any and all resources they could get, and so they're pulling support for all of these titles. Fortunately, most all of them are in Master Chief Collection and have separate multiplayer and online features, so they're not totally lost. But if you did, for whatever reasons, achievements or other like playing the Xbox 360 versions, there's still time to play. You just can't buy them on Xbox 360 right now. So they had rolled out this four-phase approach here, which fall of 2019, a year before they made this announcement, they had already done part of it, which was moving. It's a ridiculous task, moving over 6 million pieces of user-generated content into the Master Chief Collection. That alone is multiple teams worth of work. So then phase two, when they made this announcement, we're here. You are here. Digital sales of 360 titles are halted. Halo Xbox 360 DLC still be acquired at no cost. Phase three, they're planning on letting us know throughout the year that, hey, we're going to shut this down 1 year from when we made this announcement, no sooner than 1 year. So the online for the Xbox 360 titles could hang on for a little while after December 18th of 2021. And given the pandemic, I could see it go either way. They're either ready to pull the plug on December 18th or they're not prepared at all to shut it down. And maybe we'll be able to play through the end of the year or into 2022 even. But for anyone looking to clean up achievements, you probably want to do it before the end of the year. To which end they made this handy flowchart, this breakdown of your car insurance premium options. No, sorry, the modes that are supported and will be impacted by them shutting down. So you can see there's support varies for achievements between Reach 4 and Halo 3. And then some stuff over here is just no longer going to be supported at all. But in all cases, you'd still be able to get a disc and play through the campaigns at least. So for the authentic experience of the original Halo, I guess you could still continue to play that. I really appreciate that they made this elaborate graphic to lay it out for everybody. And so it took me a while. It took pretty much a whole day's worth of work to get all this data for all 8 of those titles rounded up. So I had been putting that one off for a little while, but finally decided I should just dig in and get it done. And unless something just popped up, let me refresh here. I don't think I've been back and updated anything. Not too much. No. Nope. No sneaky updates yet. Although I will have to update about Hatoful Boyfriend. Get it now on GOG.com. So that is going to do it for happenings on the site. Should we go ahead? Let me open all these tabs and let them load for a minute. We'll go take a look at some interesting Xbox releases this week. Maybe we can hop back over to Nintendo or something and see what's up with the eShop. All right. I don't know if you know, old games are back. You can now buy packs of Capcom arcade titles. That's how they sold them originally, right? Purchase before June 7th. Get the bonus detailed below. A set of wallpapers for use in game modeled after the designs and artwork of the titles included in the Capcom Arcade Stadium. This bonus may be sold separately in the future. Let's see. So you can buy all of it. Oh boy, I had show more. There they all are. So I think they just bundled it all together, right? Into one $40 bundle. Get a great deal on 30 additional Capcom Arcade Stadium titles with packs 1, 2, and 3 bundle. You'll also get that new Ghosts and Goblins that didn't look all that great. Note, player numbers differ based on the game. Multiplayer gameplay is available on online connections only. As a special bonus, you'll get Ghosts and Goblins. I like their the art. Maybe not this cover art, but the other art that they released for this. I think I've talked about that before. It's yellow and it's got covers of games that I like. I enjoy looking at it. Whether or not I enjoy actually spending $40 to play Strider for 20 minutes. Final Fight, sure. Ghosts and Goblins, I'll play that for 3 minutes. Also new this week, you probably heard about it, Knockout City. It's an interesting take on dodgeball. It's sort of like can't think of a third person equivalent, but I want to say like Quake, but dodgeball, but it's not quite that fast. And also no rocket jumping. You can roll yourself into a ball and hit a button to tell people to throw you, which I greatly appreciate. And apparently it's doing okay. What did I just see? Did I see something like a couple million people have at least logged in and played it? Which is good. don't know that I have much else to say about Knockout City. Anybody else playing it? Anybody into this? The style is pretty cool, and it looks pretty funny. Just gonna click through their screenshots for a couple minutes here. Well, not a couple minutes, because we're already back around. You got a hang glider. Squid Hero for Connect. Awesome. All right, so that's Knockout City. This game is just a wild looking. I got to go down here and start this trailer. Maybe keep this music down a little bit. Knockout City is not free. This is Cosmic Top Secret. And I'm not quite sure how gamey it is, but it's got a look.
Won't tell me because it's Cosmic Top Secret.
And apparently is about this person's father, who may or may not have been a Soviet spy. And it looks like you kind of explore like a paper crafty representation of 80s Russia, what may or may not have been going on. You mess around with an Enigma machine.
Following in the steps of the first woman in space. Interviewing a spy about his failed
pretty
mission
interesting.
Scary custody.
But like I don't know how much you actually how gamey it is. How much dewy there is versus how much talky there is.
Training with my mom and the Danish queen.
But it looks fascinating.
Everything in this game is based on true stories and real intelligence documents.
Yeah, I'm not going to play that whole trailer or song that might be in that trailer. It's classified under puzzle and trivia and other. Action and adventure, I believe that. Was Dad a spy? And it's on sale on Xbox, at least right now. We got whatever Rise of the Slime is. I think I remember looking at this. It's a card battler where you play as the slime. Even though it's blue and it's a slime, it's not that slime. Oh no, slime ghost. Aha, puns. How many puns are on those cards? Acid blob. That's kind of fascinating. It's a colorful version of this. Maybe a little more playful than what I'm used to seeing from this style of game. I appreciate it. Card and board game. Other strategy. Tank mechanic simulator. From the makers of all those other mechanic simulators. But now we're getting into interesting vehicles. Always wanted to know how to take treads apart on a tank. Now maybe I could learn. Maybe I can learn how half track works, like how it's half axle and half tank treads. Apparently you can also look at guns. And so let me do the trailer. I thought there was a trailer. There's no trailer. All right. Well, it's one of those mechanic games. You know what we're talking about. I think you know what we're talking about. Sure Footing is one I saw and wanted to catch. Not totally sure what this is. Oh, it's a runner. I was thinking it might have been someone's take on Fall Guys. Polygon. Okay. This makes sense. Hmm. Also, this week, Just Die Already from the makers of Goat Simulator. I'm just gonna turn their music all the way down. That sure is a floppy lightsaber he had. Old People Mayhem Sandbox. We've come so far from just goats. Now you can do so much stuff. So being people now, it really reminds me of Pain. I haven't gone back to that recently. Um, Maybe Goat Simulator was actually fairly inspired by Pain also. But these people in these scenes getting blown apart and hitting things in a physicsy way really gives me the Pain vibes. And there's crossplay on all platforms, so yeah, it looks ridiculous. I think yeah that you can run around as just legs. So dismemberment is not the end. Another dazzling looking game. I'm just gonna start the trailer for this, and you can tell me what it looks like because I need a drink of water. Once we get into it, right now it looks a little bit like Don't Starve. But wait, now you know what it is. It's a Pikmin like, very Pikmin like right down to the little circular progress bars when they're attacking things or tearing stuff up. But you also have this Luigi's Mansion vacuum cleaner. Yeah, and the like the little fractions of how many you've thrown and how many you need on each thing. Not bad. We can always use more Pikmin likes, especially with a very dazzling art style. I really like the look of it. And that's out this week. Also, this week, something called Gut Whale, which I didn't know what I was looking at in the screenshot, so I turned on the trailer and I still wasn't totally sure. It kind of makes me think it's like a down well, but you're fighting on each like level of this giant whale's guts, which also kind of looks like tiny tower apartments. Okay, well, just the first one. It's like you do a little fighting, and then the floor breaks open, and then you do a little more fighting. You get flattened by a van. Maybe it's actually more like a side-scrolling Binding of Isaac. Maybe you just kind of go into each room, and you're like, oh no, what's going to kill me in here? Dubicat, how many ooze versus how many cutes have we had this week? Are the ooze or the cutes winning? Very peculiar. And that's going to get us through about halfway through the show. So I'm going to go hit a 1 minute break. I'm going to take a 1 minute break and maybe a minute or two on either end of it to go get some more water and load up an eShop in the background. We are skewing towards ooh this week. Let's see. Let me get the eShop going first, and I will be, right, once I find the right tab, back in just a minute if I can find the right screen that has the button. There we go. We'll be back in a minute or two. Are we back? 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 seconds. And we're back. Thanks everybody for sticking around or tuning in, it looks like. Let me hop back over. We are over here now on the Nintendo eShop, Nintendo Switch eShop. I think we are up to May 18th, would have been the last week. Although I want to see what Turbo Skiddy Racing is. It's drifting by any other name. Turbo Skiddy. There's no trailer here, so that's about all we got. Snow Runner, I'm very happy that it's out in more places. What does that look like on the Switch, though? Not quite as high resolution mud and water as other platforms. Okay. Okay. What is Archaea? Apparently, there's another Leisure Suit Larry game. Wet Dreams Dry Twice. Beautiful. Just when you think they couldn't come up with another title. Archaea is on the go through? What do you mean on the go through? Oh, Archaea is a music game. Oh, on the go though. Duh. I can read. There are so many words filling this screen that you can't see. Yes, I definitely need to take Snow Runner with me wherever I go. I always need to have a truck stuck in the mud somewhere. What is GEMINOSE Animal Pop Stars? And why is it $40? Oh! I was not sure what GEMINOSE could possibly mean, but it is literally animals with gems for noses. I wish there was a trailer. It looks like also, wow, it's like Samba de Amigo. Wow, it really does look like Samba de Amigo. Wow. But also Cooking Mama. Oh my gosh, did they combine everything? You can decorate rooms. You can do whatever this is. This looks like they put a phone in a toaster. Wow, and this kind of reminds me of Tiny Tower also. How many? I did not expect Tiny Tower to come up so much in 1 week. We've got to look and see if there's a trailer for this. GEMINOSE. I just want a trailer. Just want a trailer. Don't need somebody else's video about it. Show me your GEMINOSE. That's what I'm always asking people. This is what happens when we spend a year behind masks. People develop weird fetishes with what's behind the mask. And you get GEMINOSE. That was not enough. Also, this is from Starbreeze? That's quite the turn. Is this a licensed thing? Oh, and Majesco. That was a Starbreeze logo, right? Majesco. Fascinating. Once again, the Switch eShop delivers. I have to keep that tab open and look that up later. I must know more about the GEMINOSE. What is Jetboard Joust? And is this... Okay. No, it's not. Wow. That's pretty dazzling looking also. Hey, my mouse has been doing a thing. Might need a new one. I'm not certain what I'm seeing. Is that exceedingly loud? Kinda looks like it's up there. I can't adjust the volume on. Nope. No, I can't. Why do they give you controls in this player if they don't let you adjust the volume or skip ahead? Might also be because ad blocker's on. I'm seeing this game, but I'm not comprehending what this game is. But it's still quite a looker. Fast and fluid arcade style shmup meets hardcore roguelike. Like you do. That is a chess game. We got a xylophone. I heard about some of these new releases. It's a xylophone. Apparently, you don't even need the touchscreen. It's also what? Uh-oh. It's available now, but there's no price over here. Which means it may no longer be available. It's got $10. I'll have to check on the Switch. I'm gonna leave that tab up also. Uh-oh, you guys, hold on. 1911, now you know my birth date. I am 100 years old. This game really wants to be Resident Evil, and I'm not totally against that. It's a little more so in motion, but I'm not going to play that trailer because I think we've looked at this game before. There's our xylophone. Let me get these couple of tabs out of the way so they stop popping up. We have looked at 0 Degrees before. Sunless Skies Sovereign Edition is out. Aerial Knights Never Yield. Just Die Already is also out. What we're really after is Tales of Jungarian Hamster. Bless you, Switch developers. That's a leopard hamster. This is a leaf type hamster. This feels good. That's my new mantra. I'm just gonna rub right between my eyes each morning and say, "This feels good. Everything's okay." I think I found my new favorite hamster game. Look at this duck who's telling you how to raise hamsters. I'm into it. I'm not opposed to it. Oh, thank you for checking on the Switch. So it is actually available. Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe I'm not seeing the prices because I'm not signed into an account. No, I am signed into an account, but I'm signed into a European account. So maybe it's confused. Just don't. I didn't click that. Oh no, it's loading over here. Go away. Get back. I didn't click that to look at later. Sakura Succubus 2 is out. I'll let you look that one up. Arcade Archives Task Force Harrier is this week's Arcade Archives release from Hamster. Not actually familiar with Task Force Harrier. Apparently, my local arcade did not have it. Bad job on the bezel, though. Nothing happening there. I couldn't remember. It didn't seem like the one that you had sent me before, but maybe it is the same one. Oh, no, it's still open. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance is also out on the Switch. I guess technically this was last week's releases. What is Fate of the Pharaoh? And is this just De Blob? It's a puzzle game. Oh, it's one of these. Oh, wow, it really didn't look like it. But how many hamster games can there be at one time? Tuba Cat, it's one of your games where you make the people walk around and you tell them to pick up the stuff and then build the stuff. I don't know what we wanna call those. Oh, this is not Diblob. This is, sorta like Snafu? There is oh, good. There is a
Rated
video.
E for everyone.
Really not do anything. Show me your 100 exciting levels. All at once, please. So you're, like, trying to color in, overcome obstacles, challenge your brain. Challenge up to 4 players in championship mode. I'll bet you that's some kind of content ideable song. That looks way more exciting than what's actually going on in the game. These big blobby paint rolling UFO ships. Why did I click on that one? We're just gonna see that hamster forever. Undead Battle Royale. Backworlds. Clanad. What is Tiger Trio's Tasty Travels? From Satbox. You don't say. These always start such low resolution for me. Is this actually a battle royale, or is this just a like 4-player thing? I guess it never increased the quality on it, so I can't really tell what I'm looking at. Co-op, competitive, multiplayer, survival game, 2 to 4 players. So not an actual. Well, you can connect to a shared network and battle it out online, but it is not a battle royale. It's got a decent style there, though. Backworlds. I apparently have to say it like that. Is this quality going to increase, or am I just killing the internet right now? Apparently, I'm killing the internet here. Never going to ramp up, huh? This now looks familiar. But it's one of these games, I guess, where you're. It looks like Richard Scarry making food, like Richard Scarry's Diner Dash, but way more Japanese style on the characters. I like it. I'd like to see it in motion, but I'd also like to see it in motion at a resolution that I can appreciate, which doesn't seem like is going to happen. Who was this from? Oink Games. Your friends at Oink Games. There's that hamster again. Well, it is the one that we're talking about, so I can get back to that. What else do we have? Layers of Fear 2 is out. Metopia is out. Let It Roll slide puzzle. I can't believe I clicked on a slide puzzle. But it looks more like that's funny. I just had my copy of Touch Panic for the original DS out, which is basically what this game looks like. One of these slide pieces around and make a maze for a little marble. If I have to play a tile puzzle game, this would be like this, or like a pipe dream type of game would be the one I'd go for. Xylophone, probably gonna end up buying that. Wanna survive? Nah, it's not necessary. Guy looks like Barry Burton. Oh, well, this is an adorable apocalypse. Huh. Is this an XCOM like? Zombies approaching. I think that's the concept of the game, huh? Want to survive streamlined turn based tactical combat with focus on unit placement and synergies. Permadeath. Resource management. Three difficulty settings: intense, default, casual, and chill. Delicious pixel art. Music by Ridiculon. Huh, neat. That was not xylophone. That was Wanna Survive. What is Dancing Dreamer? Oh, there's a trial of Knockout City. That's right. That's what they were saying about Knockout City. You can play for free for like 12 hours or something, or 12 levels. I forget. Let's see. We getting higher quality yet? Nope. Whoa. Huh. It's kind of hard to tell if it's a music game where they edited this trailer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're getting a little too far up the screen there. Tap and hold to play. Surf to the music. Travel between reality and virtual world. I am. I am on Ethernet. Driving World Aspen. Also, what is robophobic? Well, that's kind of hard to say. That was harder to say than I thought it would be. Oh, take me to Aspen. Yikes. Oh, this is probably some licensed music in some capacity. Now we're talking. Now there's snow tires. You just plow into these big piles and they fall away. I don't think that was the way you were supposed to go. What do these people think Aspen is? That truck looks very long. Or it finally maybe got up to 720p. Huh. I wonder how many more cities they're going to make out of this. Picturesque winter locale. Day and night cycle. 10 cool vehicles. Boom Bit Games. It actually made me think for a second uh, about my beloved Runabout series. And I thought maybe I should look up what Climax is up to. I have looked at this game before. Yes. I think maybe before I was streaming. I think it came out a while ago on other consoles. There's that xylophone again. All right. Oh, we're almost down to the end here and almost out of time. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster is out. Lost Lands Ice Spell, which I'm going to guess is a hidden object game. Pixel Head Soccer. These look like giant heads with shoes. Ooh, is it? Hey, it's a hidden object game. I've still got it. Please be actual giant head soccer. Yes. All right, we got to watch this trailer. Oh, there's no trailer. Dang. Reel in two giant heads with one shoe. Reminds me of Mad Balls. How do you eat your letters? Oh, well, you take your mobile game and then you port it to the Switch. That's all I can tell you about it. Looks like they managed to squeeze Maneater onto the Switch. Very, very valet. Oh, it has a demo now. I guess that is a new release. This is pretty funny looking. Fooled you. My mouse fooled us all. All right, no touching the mouse. Launches first on Nintendo Switch. Wow. Okay. This is how valet parking works. They kind of look like Muppets. World is your parking lot. As long as you park in the designated spot. Ooh, yeah, like Bug Snacks Sesame Street. Toyful. Another Nighthawk interactive. All right, well, I think that's just about everything. Gotta look at this xylophone. Gotta look at these GEMINOSEs. I've got some research to do after the stream tonight. Let me hop back over to our main screen here and wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I didn't think I had the energy for this tonight, but I got through it. Sounds like I pulled myself through it, and I'm convincing myself I had fun. But seriously, we made it through it, and I'm thinking about maybe doing the Tuesday night thing every 2 weeks, so there's a little more to talk about. Oh, yeah, well, we got to the Switch eShop, so definitely the cutes outweighed the ooze. You just gotta load up the eShop if you need some cutes. It's about to be sorry, uh, tell me when to wait, I'll just sit here, I'll wait till we're all ready, and then we'll carry on. Um, yeah, yep, done for this week. Thinking about doing this every 2 weeks and maybe less of the new release stuff and just more of what's been going on with the site. But we'll see. Right now, we've got fries were crap. Oh no, you have to rebake them. That sounds good. I might go make some fries. I will be back on Sunday with another Retro Sunday stream of some kind. Maybe the Flash games will work this time. I was really looking forward to playing some of those and added them to a playlist. And now I'm thinking making my own playlist in that Flashpoint app is what caused it to crash. So I might just have to write them down and go search for each game. But we'll be back then on Sunday with more streaming. Uh, Chick-fil-A waffle fries. Ah, that is the best part about Chick-fil-A. Um, well, sorry you missed it. You can catch the archive though. It should be up momentarily. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and I will be back with more on Sunday. And check out the site in the meantime. That's delistedgames.com.